And we're live. I'm gonna wait till we have at least one user before I start talking. Started live. Actually, I think. Yeah, good. We have viewers. Okay, I'm waiting a couple of minutes before we start. So just say hi. Hello, hello, hello. I can see a few highs already. A few hearts. Way back, I'm too far from my phone. Hello guys. A few people. We're gonna wait a few minutes. I've got a bit of sad news. Orlando can't make it today. He had a family emergency, but we've got another cast member to take his place for the interview. So hopefully no major changes. In a minute I'm gonna introduce a few people, but I'm gonna wait to have more players. More players. It's a game, isn't it? Vale. What does that say? Vamos al lío. Yeah. Damn right. Hey Marlene. Oh no, I hope everything's okay. Yeah. He's alright. He just had a family emergency, but he'll be back soon. Hey, hey. I can see a few people say hi. Yeah, everything's okay. Not to worry. Wait a few minutes. What's the time? Okay, 2 more minutes. Guys, prepare any questions you may have for later, because I'll be answering or will be answering a few questions, okay? So type out all you want. I can see loads of messages. Prayers and we'll be going. Yeah. Thanks. He's okay though. He's okay, honestly. It's not too bad. Hey. All is well. How's it going? Yeah, we're good. Hey, Gideon. Nice for you guys to join in already. I've got questions already. We'll write them down and we'll get to it at the end, okay? So, shall we start? It's about time, we have about a minute. So, today we have the director, Nigel Canepa. Please join us.
Hello everybody. Good to see you all.
We have one of our cast members, Finch, played by Francis Cruz.
Hi everyone.
Nice to see so many familiar names.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of likes and stuff.
Very
questions. Cool. I think there's a question there already. We'll get to it soon, okay? Without further ado.
How's it going?
You guys okay?
Yeah.
Nervous, excited?
Very excited.
Excited? I'm a bit nervous, I don't know why. So, a little bit about me. I'm Peter. I play Edwards. Francis, introduce yourself.
I'm Francis, I play Finch.
I'm Nigel, I'm the director. It's a very tight squeeze. And I also play a character called Casey, who is a bit of an outcast. He's part of this little band of guys who are a little bit rough, but he isn't quite like them.
We're all bad guys. Right, let's start with a few questions, okay?
Let's do it.
Okay, introductions. Okay, how are you? Tell me about the movie. What's it about, Nigel?
Right. There might be some spoilers in here. We'll keep it minimum.
Yes.
The movie's about a bunch of guys, 8 of them. They're cops. They're not your standard cop. And they abuse drink and drugs, and they, they're part of an armed sort of SWAT team. Unfortunately, on a night out, while they are driving recklessly around this car park, they knock over a young girl and they kill her. And the story follows a very mysterious, you could call him creature, demon-like figure, who begins to hunt these men down one by one. I think I've said enough, no?
I think so.
I won't say any more.
Tell
me about your characters. I'll start with you.
Well, Finch is a recently divorced officer who's under a lot of pressure. Obviously, his abuse with drugs and his abuse with alcohol pushes him to the limits as a character.
Well, like I said, Casey is he's a bit different to the other guys. So the gang of corrupt cops are led by Anderson, who's played by Orlando, and he's got a lot of friction with Casey. They don't get on very well. They're both very different, and that leads Casey to be the more moral of the lot. He's the voice of reason when Anderson is the reckless one, the fearless one, the one you don't want to mess with. There are some scenes of tension between the two.
And for me, Edwards, he's the, you would say, training officer. No?
Yeah.
He's got kids, but he's just as reckless as the others. I mean, he's a druggie and he drinks and he's just a bit of a mess overall. No more than that, I think. Okay, next questions. Nigel,
Yeah.
why horror? Did you take any inspiration from any other movies? Talk to me about why this?
It's a good question. I'm a believer that horror is the closest to real life we can get in the fiction world. You know, there's a lot of horror films that are sort of based off real events, and horror seems to be the in thing now. You know, as a writer, since I wrote the story, it was more natural for me to write something scary and twisted and dark, as opposed to writing something that should be received a little more lightly, you know. So, given that we are good friends, of course, with Costas, who we'll talk about a little bit later, and his history with horror films and Saw and all that, we thought it would be nice to bring him into this, you know, and come up with a very sick, twisted story. I know that what we've released so far doesn't look very twisted, doesn't look very gory, but believe me, it will be.
It's a lot of blood. There's a lot of blood.
There is, yeah. I think we used about 5 liters of blood in the whole film.
Right, we've got some questions.
All right.
Okay, Gideon, one of our biggest fans. Shout out.
Oh yeah, Alessandra. Hello, Alessandra.
What scene was the most difficult to do? And that was actually one of my next questions.
Well, I probably have a different answer to you, but I'll start. Probably one of the restaurant scenes. There's a scene where Costas' character Bill is leaving a restaurant with his wife, and it was particularly difficult because it was a very busy road, so we had to, you know, temporarily shut the street down while allowing, doing the scene, having Costas do his thing, and Harriet, of course, and then opening traffic again, and then closing it again.
We had garbage trucks and everything, didn't we?
It was very noisy. We had onlookers. There were people in pajamas watching us do our thing. It was very tricky. It was a very simple scene. It doesn't last very long. Aside from that, I mean, there's a lot of scenes with gore and makeup, you know. So those were tricky too, but for different reasons.
Technicalities.
Yeah, I think one of your scenes, I won't say much about it, but one of Edward's scenes was one of the hardest to shoot. We'll talk about it when the film's out, but
yeah,
it took a while to get this particular shot done that I'm thinking of.
Well, that shot.
Yeah.
That scene, I remember there were onlookers. We had music in the background from the restaurant. We had to shut that down.
Yeah.
We had a lot of people coming in and just messing about. And we had people everywhere stopping just to get 2 or 3 scenes done.
Exactly.
A lot of copyright stuff as well. We had to cover them.
Yeah. What about you? What do you think?
Tell me.
What was the hardest beat? The gun stuff was.
I would give some of the gun stuff could become a bit complicated at times. Different ideas on how we should go around it. But I would say I also found it quite difficult, the scene in the garage with the whole crew and the cars coming in and having to ask them to leave the area, and the setup of us coming in and the whole way we went through it.
It was a large space.
It was a large space.
Yeah, and it took 2 days to film, didn't it? You
At
know,
least, 2 days.
when we see the final product, it lasts about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But in real life, it took 2 days to do that scene. You know.
Yeah. Actually, touching upon firearms, you were the firearms officer along with someone else. Tell me what kind of problems and solutions you had to deal with regards to firearms. I remember you showing me how to hold a gun, and stuff like you can't just leave them lying around. And
A lot of firearms on set were always up to health and safety standards. Teaching you guys was quite simple. You guys were quite attentive to it. Obviously, all this I was helped with by Garth.
Yeah, Garth.
Who also gave a hand with this side of the aspects of the movie.
I remember that. Holding up. You're not American. Holding it down. It's not a handbag. You've got to hold it like this. You've got to hold it like that.
Yeah. The sequences that we did were quite interesting as well.
Yeah.
As of firearms, teaching you guys how to move around in and out of the rooms in the CQB scenario.
Yeah.
It was fun. I definitely enjoyed it.
I noticed we had another interesting question here from Marlene, who's one of our makeup ladies. When is the movie premiere? We don't know yet, but it's probably going to be in October. We're aiming for October. We're currently editing the film, and then we'll have a look at distribution deals and such. But nice to hear from you, Marlene. I hope to see you soon. It's been a while.
Yeah. You also spent a lot of blood. A lot of mess, Marlene. Yeah. Halloween time I think is a good time, no, for horror?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's shoot to the next question. Costas Mandylor. We've got a lot of Costas fans here.
Oh yeah.
Shout out anyone who's a Costas. I can see the hearts already. People love Costas. What's he like? What's he like to work with? What's he like as a normal person? Talk to me about him.
Costa's a very down-to-earth person, really. I've definitely had fun with him. He's really fun to work with. Socially, you can go out with the guy, sit down, have a drink, have a normal down-to-earth conversation with him, family-wise. Whatever you want. He's just brilliant, in whatever way you look at him.
Yeah.
He's a very funny guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Not
and
so much
so many stories.
Not in a verbal way, but just his actions, his mannerisms.
It's just a look.
He's very funny. He's very caring too, you know, especially with the young crew, and on other films we worked on, and with some of the younger actresses as well. I'm thinking Cecilia, of course. He's quite caring and down to earth. I spoke to him yesterday. He called me. He's on the way to New York. I think he's there now.
Is he filming something?
He's doing something big in New York now, yeah. But hopefully we see him soon. He's due to come and see us soon. But he's a great guy. He's got a big heart, you know.
I met him in the previous movie and gave him a lift home. We chatted. He's got he cares a lot about his family.
Yeah.
Just growing up with him as well, having a meal, and he's got a million stories about a million
things is bad.
celebrities, and we'll talk about the love of language as well, obviously, because he speaks fluent Greek. But one thing about him is he treated the waiters and the cast and the cleaners just as well as any producer or anything. He's top man with full respect for everyone he works with. So shout out to Costas.
Yeah. If any crew members are watching, throw in your little comments about Costas and working with him. Let's give him all the love he deserves.
Yeah, I love that guy. Okay, Jim Crone.
Jim Crone, the main man.
I've had a few laughs at Jim. Tell me, who's Jim?
Only if you do your best impression.
No, I can't. I'm terrible at accents.
Right, so Jim Crone is the cinematographer on Tragic Waste. He is a very experienced man. He worked on Game of Thrones and he worked on tons of other little projects here and there, other films. He's responsible for making us look good on camera, you know? He's...
And that's a job, it's a hard job.
Yeah, he's incredibly meticulous. He is the god of light. He's very good with lighting. He'll make you do things again and again and again. I mean, a simple scene that lasts
hours,
20 seconds maybe would have taken us hours because Jim will make us do it so many times, no? Which is a good thing.
Perfection. You won't move without perfection.
Exactly, yeah. Also shout out to Bart, who's the boom operator and second camera operator. Bart was also incredible, very, very good at continuity, making sure we sort of had everything in place to make little cuts look continuous.
Shushing us a lot.
So he was definitely spot on with everything. That's wrong, you didn't
That's
have
right
it there, you had it here.
Yeah. Bart was great.
But he was brilliant.
Yeah. And we had Johan as the clapper as well.
Johan on clapper, yeah, he was good too. Yeah.
I was gonna say Jim. He's done loads of stuff, hasn't he? There's a moment that I have to tell the fans. He needed the lighting. We were in some public place, indoors, and he needed the lighting to be perfect. And he put some stuff on the roof. And he's also professional in the sense that when we left that place, it had to be just as we left it. And I remember having you on piggyback, trying to put everything perfectly, trying to fit it back because he was adamant that should never leave any place. We had to leave it perfectly as we found it. So he's a professional like that, and with the lighting, he was just no, I don't like lighting. Boom, and he knew it. He was so switched on. But yeah, he drove us a little bit crazy with. Let's do that again. Let's got an accent. Oh ho ho! Surprise visit.
Here he is.
He's back, everyone. Orlando's in the building. Hey Orlando, how's it going?
Good to see you.
Nice.
We had a lot of people saying that they were praying for you. Everything's good, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, you're watching too?
Oh, you're watching us. That's
very
me,
good.
not the handsome one. Orlando, I'll go back to a few questions from you as well, okay? Are you okay? Take a deep breath. How you feeling?
You?
Good?
Good.
I'm okay. I am tired.
You are?
But I think that's just default. After I reach 30, I'm just always tired. Okay, introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Anderson, the crazy motherfucker, drug addict, drunk all the time, yeah?
No, the character, I mean.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah? Tell me your favorite
Sorry,
scene.
I'm tired. Hold the stairs.
It's alright. Tell me your favorite scene.
My favorite scene, maybe the car scene in the garage. Yeah.
I've never been so scared in my life.
Yeah.
I was the only guy with a seatbelt on. Screaming. Everyone's making fun of me. That was a good
But it
scene,
was
huh?
good, yeah.
Yeah? What was the hardest scene to film?
Maybe the one by the alleyway.
The one with the motorbikes?
No, not that one. The one with
Yeah.
what's his name again? Danny.
Oh yeah, where Danny's
I was a bit
character.
confused with the.
With the locations, yeah.
Yeah.
It's where, well, I nearly threw in a spoiler, but somebody dies and we tend to his death scene, and it was a very tight alleyway, not a lot of space to move, and there was a lot of dialogue in that scene. So that's probably the one. No, Orlando?
Yeah. I think it's that one.
Mine was in an alleyway as well with you guys. I kept forgetting my lines.
What were we doing?
We were doing bad stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys really like alleyways, don't you?
Yeah. And the one time I did get it right, motorbike passed, and Bart was like, "No, I didn't get it. I got the motorbike." So we did it again and again, and then like the lighting was going with the sun, so it was like, "Let's do it somewhere else."
Yeah.
And it was manic. I felt really guilty. It's like, if I had got that right, we probably wouldn't have had to. It was very stressful, but still really fun though.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think about Costas?
Oh. Very funny guy. Very down to earth, like you said. And can't wait to have him back. with us. He's coming to see us, yeah?
Yeah, we'll put pressure on him to come
Yeah.
back.
He said in April, yeah?
I don't think he needs the pressure.
Yeah.
I think he actually likes us.
He wants to come see. He was coming now in March, but I think he's pushed it back to May, given the few projects he's working on.
We have Costas Hoffman, at Costas Hoffman, asking us, tell us a funny story about filming with Costas.
Okay, I have a good one, and it's a little fact you can put on a trivia tab on IMDb. Except for one scene, Costas filmed all the other scenes of Tragic Waste in flip-flops. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that scene, they didn't have flip-flops, they were my shoes.
Oh, I'm thinking the one in the garage, but yeah, you're right. The one in the park were your shoes as well.
I was like, no, use mine.
Yeah,
You have big feet.
All but two scenes he was in flip-flops. Even the ones outdoors in the cold February weather of Gibraltar. Apart from that, he does some funny stuff. Like there's a very emotional scene in the film with Costas on his own.
Yeah.
But before filming that scene, literally seconds before, he'd just break into a little dance, and you'd think, wow, you can channel emotion that quickly. Just little things like that,
That's cool. Okay, let's talk about gore, makeup, weird stuff.
Shout out to the artists. Yeah.
Marlene's online.
And Sharon.
And Cheryl. I'm not sure if she's online, but the makeup girls were really good. Without spoiling anything, what was it like working with gore and bits and blood and...
From my point of view, it was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was definitely fun.
It's very technical when
But hard work.
just simple things like splash of blood. If that scene has to be done again, it's like...
Another splash of blood.
Yeah.
Or a couple of hours of makeup.
Yeah. Yes.
So it could drag on sometimes, but with them it was fun.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
really kept the fun going once they were doing your makeup. And
Yeah, they're great people.
See.
Very dedicated, very, they had done their homework on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the fake blood stains, so a lot of the time you'd wake up with pink stains on your hands and stuff like that.
yeah.
But the makeup team is very good, and you'll see the results soon.
They're really innovative with tubing and not just the latex and stuff, but it's how you're gonna make that work. Oh, we could do this and this. And I remember looking for some weird tubes in the hospital. Visit, maybe we can use these as and the guys had just thought about everything. It was really...
Well, I'll tell you what, there are a few scenes in the film that when you watch them, you would have no idea that Cheryl and Marlene were hiding somewhere in the scene
pumping
with blood pumps. You wouldn't think it, but they were in the scene, just very well hidden.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of one in particular where one of them was hidden by a cupboard and the other one was off a bed, I think. I can't remember. Good times.
So let's talk about
They
small
actually have a
spaces.
cameo.
Yeah?
Yeah, they
There's
do.
an extra. No,
They do,
yeah.
yeah.
I remember them signing the papers.
Yeah.
Let's talk about small spaces. There were some places where we had to film that were only enough space for the camera and those were difficult scenes.
Yeah.
Especially most
Camera,
scenes
but-
you need 3 or 4 angles to film. Most scenes aren't just one view. You need various views, especially with Jim wanting it the perfect.
Yeah. Well, I'll come out and say something here. This man right here does an amazing scene in the film, in a very, very tight place, which is meant to be his new house.
Yeah.
And he's having a bit of a breakdown, and things are not going right for him. And his house is a mess. There's cocaine everywhere, and there's empty booze bottles, but it is beautifully shot in the really, really tight space. And the funny thing, a little fun fact, I think you drank half a bottle of whiskey in that scene.
Yes. I believe I got home drunk that night.
In the hour that we filmed it, Francis drank real whiskey.
Method acting. We call it method
Totally
acting.
method acting, yeah. So funny.
It was the only real thing, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Vitamin B. Every time you see cocaine, it was literally bags of vitamin B, and we were terrified that we'd get like questioned about it because we were so paranoid of being professional. So how am I going to explain this is vitamin B? You know, like
I carry the tab everywhere with us.
yeah. And I remember taking up my stuff home, like my wardrobe and stuff, and finding a bag and just in my house. I'm like, do I flush it down the toilet? No, that's even more suspicious. I remember having a panic attack, thinking like, no, it's a prop, it's fine. I'm just gonna leave it in the bag and take it back to me. You know? But having that moment of like, I don't know what to do with this. That was funny. One last question. It's a strange one. We're talking about demons and you know, repercussions for things that we've done. Are any of you guys superstitious? And did anything spooky happen on set that you might be wanting to tell us?
Yeah, I have a little story. So you know, the poster of Tragic Waste, you see this sort of black-clad figure with a wooden mask. We refer to him as the demon. The truth is, I don't think we're entirely sure what he is yet. But for one of the scenes in the film, I had to wear the demon. I had to wear the suit because the mask would fit around my face and I could animate the demon. It was the first time I'd worn the costume. I got into it, I did the scene, maybe about 20 minutes, and as soon as I took the mask off and I took everything off, I started feeling really sick. My throat was really hurting, was suddenly really inflamed, and literally as soon as I took it off, and what followed for about maybe half of the time we were shooting, I was actually really ill.
Yeah, I remember you
to the point where
the show must go on, but I'm dying.
Yeah, I was. Some of the days I could barely stand up, but I was there on set, you know, filming, and I've seen some of the clips, and I've noticed that my eyes are really flared. So if you notice flared eyes on you know, in the film, I was probably really sick that day. You know, it lasted for about half of the film, unfortunately. But you know, it was just funny that happened as soon as I wore the demon costume. You know.
Yeah.
But Sam, the real demon, nothing happened to him. He's all good, you know. But apart from that, I can't think of any other.
And it is scary seeing Sam dressed up like especially in the dark. And yeah, I mean, this guy is like 7 foot something and all in black. And
yeah,
it is creepy.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it. What kind of whiskey was it? Costas Hoffman wants to know.
Actually, it was a famous Strout.
Yeah.
The one with the bird on it.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Right.
So, not one of the best whiskies around, but
it did the job that day.
Definitely did the job that day.
Nice. Any questions from the fans?
Let's see. Are you still on? Are you live?
Yep.
Huh?
Are you watching?
You're
No,
watching?
I'm not watching.
Oh, because maybe we can read the questions. Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Alright, let's see. Gideon Hoffman says, I'm the best Casey, thank you very much.
She's wrong, I'm the best, but okay.
A lot of people liking the mask, which is lovely.
Let's talk about props.
Yeah, props, well.
You did some props.
You made some stuff.
I did some props.
Yep, I did all the props for the Alcatraz,
Yeah, the prison scene.
the prison scene.
Funny thing is, the prison scene is not a prison. But we made it look like a damn good prison.
Yes, we did.
Oh, here's a good question. Did we keep anything from the set? This guy took a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I have some stuff that Costas used. Beer bottles, you know, weapons. What else what did you take?
Me.
Yeah.
I've got the script, which you made.
Yeah.
I've got one of the beer bottles which is supposed to be headed my way. Somebody somewhere promised me a beer bottle.
I've got a few I can give you.
I've got it down there for
We
you.
had to get our own branded beers for the movie. That was a prop that we hadn't thought about. You know.
Marlene says Orlando was a collector. Yeah, actually, I do have some latex appliances from a particular death scene.
Ah, yeah?
Yeah.
No spoilers.
Also, there was so Bumi, who is Carl Latin, who plays Green, asked me about the worst day of filming.
So you're filming.
Well,
He was probably in it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'll be honest here. The worst day for me as a director was the day that we filmed the stuff in the bar scene.
All
because-
very rowdy, you know?
Let me be honest here, you guys wouldn't shut up the whole day. And it was, again, a very tight space. There were some extras on board, and it was very stressful. There was also another day that we ran on till about 3 in the morning.
It was at night.
Was it the same night?
It was the same night. We ran all the way to 3 in the morning.
But I remember we did some stuff. We did a scene with you and
Tell
Graham.
the guys about the extra that we had there, Sean.
Oh yeah, Sean Farougia, who
It's an extra.
was an extra who gets hit by a beer bottle by his character, and he did it.
Nice guy, nice guy.
What, like 4 times? I think it was.
Yeah.
True professional, it was straight down.
True
straight
professional. Yeah. Very good stunts.
Yeah, but what I was mentioning was that once I hit him, remember, and we had to get out of the bar,
Yeah.
It's true.
and he followed us.
Yeah.
So we were filming a scene where you knock a bottle and then we get kicked out and we all leave. And we filmed that a few times. And one of the scenes, he got up and just left with us. So he just behind us walking, you know. Like, no, you're supposed to be on the floor. It's so funny.
Well, let's have a look. Def or Not Louise has a great question. What's it like filming while being really sick? It's really horrible, if I'm honest with you. But there's something about being on set that you know, the adrenaline runs through you and you suddenly forget you're sick. And it's only when you sit down for a second that you think, oh my god, I should be home in bed, you know?
Yeah. I didn't notice that when I was on set. I forgot about a lot of stresses from home. I really enjoyed the time with you guys. You made it really funny.
Yeah.
And it was really, really a good time for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Including letting do me.
Let's see, what else do we have? Do I like being behind the camera or in front of it? I don't know. Both
Being
the
in
same,
front is
I
quite
guess.
flashy, you know. But I really liked seeing some of the scenes with him, especially in the garage. I had chills looking at that. That was
Yeah.
like fantastic work.
Yeah.
Jim did a really good job there, and we had some CGI stuff, green screen stuff.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
interesting.
And the final results are amazing.
Yeah.
They look really good. My uncle Barry is online. He asked me what my most enjoyable moment is. I don't know, every day was enjoyable with you guys, if I'm honest with you. Probably having a good drink at the end of a shoot, you know, with Costas.
Yeah.
Just being able to pause for a moment and have something, you know.
Yeah.
Have we mentioned Harriet?
Yeah, we very briefly, but yeah, I think we deserve to talk about Harriet a little bit more.
Harriet did a fantastic job. I think I had like top quality acting. I mean, not a lot of us don't have too much experience in proper acting, but Harriet's a true professional. She was in the middle of Panto when she was filming this, and it's completely different type of acting as well, Panto, and so the way she was able to just switch from like stage to film, which is a very big transition. I was like amazed. by
Yeah,
her stuff.
she was so
Yeah,
good.
very impressed.
She was great.
And she filmed a lot of scenes with Costas, and honestly, up to par. Like it didn't feel, you know.
And Cecilia was great too.
Cecilia was great. You know, she's only 17 and she did an amazing job.
Yeah.
She spent like an hour on the cold floor
Yeah.
playing dead.
Super patient.
Fair play to her, you know.
Yeah.
There's another question here about the story. Did I come up with it? Was there an inspiration? And that comes from Amara Vendetta. There was a little bit of inspiration from a real life story that is a local legend. That's as much as I'll say.
Yeah.
But there's a big twist on the real story in comparison.
Yeah.
Gideon Hoffman also asked, do we have funny moments? We have a lot of funny
A lot of
moments.
funny moments.
So many.
There's a lot of serious scenes that just before we say action, we're dancing,
Yeah.
or we're doing silly things.
Or you get hit with a boom on the head. you know.
Yeah, and but he looked down at his radio and the boomstick just hit me in the forehead
Yeah.
mid scene, and I hope that comes out in the bloopers because that doesn't happen very often. But he got it in the neck from Jim because of that. So you do not do that. But it was one of many funny scenes. Sometimes when we get our lines wrong, or we're trying to have
Danny's scenes were really funny.
Danny's
couldn't
funny.
say that particular word.
It was something simple like now what or something.
Well, I think because when we met up last night, Danny mentioned there's a scene where he meets a prostitute played by Rebecca Davis.
It was also.
It was a great actress too, if you're watching Rebecca. But also, he grabs her by the hand and takes her into a doorway. But I think if I'm right, if I remember correctly, when I called action, he grabbed Carl's hand.
Yeah.
Not knowing it was Carl, and led Carl to the doorway. And when he looked back, it was Carl. He's like, "What are you doing?" You know.
And he couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah. It's funny.
We had a lot of scenes like that. There were scenes I don't even think it'll make the cut where I'm shouting something and be like, no, it has to be like this. So by the end of it, I was just like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Like, it's so stressful. But it was funny.
Marlene's highlighting Carl's bloopers were very funny. I think Carl's probably got the most bloopers. Probably.
In the car, staring at the camera mid.
Jazzy's asking, what streaming platforms will it be on? Well, we don't know yet. I think at the very least it'll be on Amazon Prime, but it all depends on the final product and where it gets sold to. So we'll keep you posted. But right now it's early days. We just finished shooting. How long ago?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago we finished.
Just
so
recovering.
we're just recovering and regaining our energy and
Still buzzing.
Keeping a low profile a little bit and just kind of regenerating ourselves. Nigel, will flip-flops all the cinemas for Shearer's film? Not entirely sure what that means, but will the flip-flops be seen in the film? No.
No.
They won't be. But they could definitely be heard. They were very squeaky.
A big shout out to the fans, man. I've been seeing fan drawings. A lot of people sharing our stuff. Sharing pictures, video as well. Costas Hoffman. There's a lot of you guys have been sharing our stuff that we're super grateful for. And you guys make us more excited for the movie. So please keep it up, keep the drawings coming, keep the love coming, man. We appreciate you guys.
Here's a good question from Amara Vendetta. She's asking about the mask. And I suppose the look of the mask. Well, the mask is meant to look like a marionette or a puppet, if you like, because the demon, if you want to call him that, he's not entirely a demon. He's an entity. He's not like this sort of free-spirited killer. He's not a slasher like Jason and Michael Myers, but rather he's a puppet. He's a puppet. I'll say that much.
Definitely a puppeteer.
Yeah, a puppeteer too, and certainly what he does to some of the characters.
That's to work on the mask as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes the mask was, falling apart, and luckily Peter jumped in and gave it some fresh paint.
It's it didn't start off looking like wood. We'll tell you that much.
In fact, the mask wasn't wood. It looks like wood, but it's not. It's latex.
Yeah, and it was colourful and stuff. We wanted it like wooden.
Guess who's got the mask? Guess who kept it? Right, I think we should wrap up soon. Last few questions.
Last questions. Anyone want to come on live? You are free to do it in the next few minutes. Just request and we'll try it out. Actually, we have a red button. No? What's this? Yeah, that one. Can you click on that second? So, Boomy wants to join. Marlene. A few others. Do you want to have a look and see who you want to join us with?
Can't see from here. Let's get Boomy on, come on.
Let's get Boomy on.
Top one.
Can I have a set piece?
I'll arrange something. We'll arrange something.
Except Boomy. Go on, Boomy. He's probably fallen asleep. Well, hey!
Where is he?
Have a joint. Honestly. Tell me you're not on the toilet or something. Wait.
There he is.
Wait.
Not in the toilet, no.
El suelo, está viendo. De la huerta, ahora.
You okay?
See you guys?
Anything you want to tell us?
No, not really. It's been fun. Actually, it's I think the recording's been an experience. Let's put it that way. It's an experience for all of us, I think.
It's been great having all of us there, man. I've really enjoyed it.
It's been a great adventure, I think, for most of us, especially me, who's with it's the first time we do something like this. I mean, for some of you, I mean, I think it's the second time, and someone else, I think it's the fourth time or something like that. No estoy seguro. So
My 10th.
We don't.
10th time.
Those are private.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
You in the water, huh?
Yeah. Rock.
Can't see anybody. Okay.
Vale, Carl, tell us, what was your favorite scene?
For definitely the car. Definitely the car.
Good fact.
Okay.
I could tell you I had my balls in my throat through that scene. But you guys seem to have more fun than me. It was.
So I must say something. I mean, Orlando's a great driver, de verdad. I mean, I can't. I mean, the amount of times I actually thought that we were gonna hit the pillar, it was like no.
Okay, like me, so.
Shocked.
Yeah, all that was Orlando's driving.
Definitely,
Good.
definitely.
Good.
At least he kept his eyes on the road. Como digo yo, if not, oof, well, man, there were lots of zigzags. Como digo yo.
And Garth, he wasn't too impressed because that was his car, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Every time we did a stamp, Garth would give us the evils and like real evils. At one point, we were just closing the window to avoid telling him.
From the windows.
Go.
God's coming.
How's it been on?
I think he was claiming for new tires and the brakes. I think it was.
Right, we're going low on battery. I think we've gone most of the questions. We'll take one or two questions left, and we're gonna shoot off. Is there any more questions? I can see in the red dot. Press the red question mark. Right, what does that say? Would you all have?
Yeah, I'm not seeing any.
No, it has to be on that one. How would you
How the fuck can you see that?
have someone?
How would you all feel if someone got a tattoo of the demon?
Oh wow!
That'd be
on
fun.
it. Yeah. Do it. We know some tattoo artists as well.
I think we've all said we're going to tattoo something on ourselves to celebrate the film.
We actually filming this in a tattoo studio.
We know what to say.
We're in a tattoo studio.
Yeah. So
We're all up for it.
And actually, it's a tattoo studio that Costas is going to come by and get a tattoo done here in this very place.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a fun fact for you. Also, Gideon Hoffman asked, did we have to cut a lot of scenes out? No. So far, everything we filmed will be in there.
Just one or two like tiny ones, I think.
Yeah, what will be cut out are little snippets of things.
Yeah, all of cut scenes.
YT Jazzy is
He
asking
scares me in that and there.
whether Costas is getting a tattoo. Yes, he is.
He says he is.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
he's got the design done, so now he just needs to get it done. Yeah, what else have we got?
Do the demon. Tattoo the demon. That'll be cool. Do you imagine?
Yeah. We should all get that one.
And get Sam to sign the tattoo and get that tattooed. That'd be fun.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
it. We're ready.
Yeah, Boomy's hung up, so let's.
Thanks everyone, and keep sharing our stuff, guys. That's so cool. Hell yeah. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll keep posting stuff as soon as we have them, okay?
Sorry I'm late.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Nigel. We'll go.
Oh yeah, no problem. Good to see everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. And we'll do this again soon sometime. Maybe get somebody else on.
Maybe after the movie we could talk about actual spoilers.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
And we'll get Costas to come on at some point. When we see him next, we'll
Hype
get him on.
it up. Alright, thanks guys.
Take care everybody.
Bye.
Bye guys.
See you later.
I think that was a